Procrastination is often treated as a personal flaw, a lack of discipline, or simple laziness. But science tells a very different story. At its core, procrastination is not a time management problem. It's an emotional regulation problem rooted in how the brain works. When we face a task that feels boring, difficult, uncertain, or overwhelming, our brain quickly labels it as a threat. This activates the limbic system, the part of the brain responsible for emotions and immediate survival responses. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for planning, decision-making, and long-term thinking, gets overpowered. The result is a mental tug-of-war where short-term comfort beats long-term goals. You don't avoid the task because you don't care. You avoid it because your brain is trying to protect you from discomfort right now. One of the key players in this process is dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. Dopamine is released when we experience pleasure or anticipate rewards, which is why scrolling social media, watching videos, or checking messages feels so tempting when you're supposed to be working. These activities offer immediate, predictable rewards, while long-term goals, like studying, writing, or exercising, promise rewards that feel distant and uncertain. From a biological standpoint, your brain prefers guaranteed pleasure now over abstract benefits later. This is why procrastination increases when tasks lack clear structure, immediate feedback, or emotional appeal. The brain isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it evolved to do, even if that behavior no longer serves modern goals. Understanding this science is the first step to stopping procrastination because it shifts the solution away from trying harder and toward working with your brain instead of against it. One powerful strategy is reducing emotional friction. If a task feels overwhelming, your brain reacts as if it's dangerous. Breaking tasks into extremely small, manageable steps lowers that emotional threat. Instead of write the script, the goal becomes open the document or write one sentence. These tiny wins create small dopamine releases that calm the brain and make progress feel safe. Action, not motivation, is what rewires the loop. Once you start, motivation often follows, not the other way around. Another science-backed method is changing how you frame time. Procrastination thrives when tasks feel far away because the brain discounts future rewards. Creating artificial urgency helps counter this effect. Short deadlines, timers, or time-blocking techniques force the brain to treat the task as immediate. Even setting a 10-minute timer can be enough to bypass resistance, because the brain is more willing to tolerate discomfort when it knows it's temporary. This is why techniques like the just start for 5 minutes rule are so effective. They trick the brain into action before fear has time to grow. Equally important is addressing self-criticism. Research shows that people who are harsh on themselves for procrastinating actually procrastinate more. Shame increases stress, which further activates the limbic system and strengthens avoidance behavior. Self-compassion, on the other hand, lowers emotional threat and restores access to the rational brain. Instead of thinking, "I'm lazy," reframing it as, "This task feels uncomfortable, and that's okay," can dramatically change how your brain responds. You're not excusing inaction. You're removing the emotional barrier that causes it. Finally, stopping procrastination requires designing environments that support focus rather than relying on willpower. Willpower is limited and easily drained, but environment is powerful. Removing distractions, setting visual cues, and creating consistent routines reduce the number of decisions your brain has to make. The less friction there is between you and starting a task, the less opportunity procrastination has to take hold. Over time, repeated action strengthens neural pathways associated with focus and follow-through, making procrastination less automatic. In the end, procrastination isn't a character flaw, it's a learned brain response. By understanding the science behind it and applying strategies that reduce emotional resistance, increase immediate rewards, and support your brain's natural tendencies, you can stop fighting yourself and start making progress in a way that actually lasts. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden stories behind everyday things, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Janosco. Hit the bell so you never miss a new discovery. Until next time, keep exploring the world's surprising backstories.